this is brick by brick. And it's gonna come to making a team and then deciding very simply, how are you gonna make the content? And so what do I mean by that? The way I make content is happening right now. I just record my real life. There's the concept of coming up with a couple of consistent themes that you're gonna do. Events that you record and produce, like you're gonna need that kind of anchor to get the post-production from. So I think that's a big part to think through. But the biggest thing that will be the variable of difference here is you not lying to yourself. All the things that we're frustrated about with my content is because I'm incapable of doing it. I'm just too busy, I can't do it. Like we know on my team that if I brought back Tea with Garyvee, like I did during COVID, we'd be crushing the world. If I woke up every morning and did 8 to 9 a.m. on Tea with Garyvee, we'd have no problems on my team. We would have 4 to 5 clips every fucking day that are worthwhile to break down into, post-produce, and we'd be fucking moonwalking. On the flip side, when I'm deeply operational with BeFriends and VaynerX, and they're the first people that don't even get 2 minutes to run in and capture some content, and that gets hard. So the recommendation why did I tell you that story? The number one mistake that the MP in this scenario always makes is they lie to themselves about what they're. That's your initials. Okay. The MP, you know. The MP, I was like that turns out to I don't know. I'm like, is that some 401 shit? The person that's making this decision, someone famous, someone to come, this is what I want to do. Like the mistake, especially when they've already had success. Kids know they have time; they're willing to do anything. Right. I want to be famous, I want to be a TikToker. It's when you are a grown up and have a real life and have had a career and you've got your cadence and what have you, you need to be real with yourself. For example, going on the street and talking to people is a genre that will always work. There is a lot of people that will never do that. And it's okay to not do that. That's not you.
It's not me.
Good, yeah. Right? But you fucking like hiking and literally just fucking spewing thoughts for an hour, that's you.
I literally do that, I send it to my friends.
Right, now I recommend hiking along with your Dustin, because what that does, I'll tell you, when I first started doing the thing that became the thing, like it took me 2 days to realize why reality TV worked. I'm like, fuck man, D-Rock's been following me around for the whole day, I forgot he's here, this is real life.
Yeah.
And so what that does is you're not, think about the difference. You're not having to hold it and now you're just in the fucking stream of conscious. Like the shit I say to myself is the best shit I've ever made.
Right.
It just never saw the day of earth. Like, especially since COVID, I haven't been doing the filming the same way. Man, there's probably 100 things that would have been my most viral videos of the year that died in my head because nobody was around. That didn't happen for 5 years, which is why I was able to build what I built.
Yeah.
So I think you've got to find a team. We know what I'm doing right now is setting the strategy.
Yeah.
Because this team can show you everything when they take over this meeting, and then we'll do it again. Like Hannah said yesterday on email, this is not a one and done thing. We're here for you. We'll help you through this whole thing. The biggest thing you need to do is not lie to yourself about what you're willing to do or not do, but challenge yourself on things you may want to try. The good news is here's Stan, and you're like, I like Stan. Here's Stan, Charlie, and Sally, and you meet them, and you're like, I like Stan. And you, literally, if you texted me and be like, yo, I can't do this after the first day, or if you did it for a week and be like, I can't do this, or if you did it for 30 days and be like, I can't do this, it's all the same. Or you'll be like, I can do it. I'm really agnostic to it. Yeah. I think you should consider it because it does put you in the best position to succeed for what you want.
I'll tell you what. I think where my resistance comes from is having stuff like that and not having it be converted. Not having an A player editing it.
I get it.
So if I had that, I think it'd be a lot more exciting to me. Because my actual life, first you said to me, you're fit. It's not an accident. My life is inspiring. And I want to share that. And I built that over decades, and so there's a lot to share.
You're preaching.
There's a lot to share. Okay.
I was selling wine and was like, I need to share. I understand how it happens. I lived it. I think the genre that he's walking into, which is the modern version of spirituality is really neat. Because I think what I sense is it's similar to what happened with fitness. Fitness in the 70s and 80s was much smaller. Like, you'd be stunned what people wrote about going to the gym in the 70s. Like, it's a little colty, it doesn't mean anything, like who gives a, like now it's like, we don't, like, he's growing up in a way like, that's just like showering. Like, having an exercise regimen of some sorts is just like the most normal thing, whereas I'm old enough to know like, nobody thought like that, except like the Gold's Gyms dudes. Now, and so I think today, even in the last 5 years, the concept of being spiritual, like the breathing, the bats, the mental health, like all of this, you know, 5 years ago, I mean, I've been making content long enough to know, like, I was touching on it without even realizing I was touching on it, and it mattered. Now it's like at the forefront, and I think the appetite for it, we haven't even begun to fill. So when I hear what he wants to do, there's not enough supply for the demand, and especially on the male front, right? And, you know, I think Mike has more, we have like, him and I share something, though mine comes across more aggressive than his does, it is in nature a more like warm entry point to it. You know, it's not like, you know.
I also think it comes from a really powerful place, like when you talk about the music as the foundation in this all spirituality. Sometimes spirituality for the sake of spirituality can get a little on the nose, but as a part of a much larger ecosystem of you as a creative musician, you know, like then I think it becomes very relatable, because everyone has everyone's multi-hyphenated now, right? Whereas like the old Gold's Gym is like, well, that's what I do, I lift, I'm a lifter. Now it's like people do that because
everyone's a Renaissance man.
It spurs whatever else is going on in their life.
Yeah. I lived it, man. I was born just kind of a shy, depressed Jewish kid from the suburbs. And I look like my real life is bigger than my dreams were. And like I can't even explain that. And so, how did that happen? Well, like, I'm not just a dude sitting behind the mic like, you know, try doing this. Like, dude, I put my life on the line. Like, I almost died of Mount Everest. And I'm the guy that almost died and kept going and got this, like, so I just got something to share, you know, and it's deep.
The things that you're measuring is growth of consumption of your content, not follow count, but growth of actual consumption. Views, qualitative feedback. And honestly, your subjective opinion of if you're feeling that you're growing. Do you know how I judged it? When I went to the airport, it felt like more people were saying, what's up?
Yeah.
That was it. That's how I judged it.